Hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer here, back with some more Yomi action. Tonight we've got FraaOrolo versus Migo Hunter. We're just waiting for Migo to show up. Apparently FraaOrolo has spotted him on Steam, so shouldn't be too much longer now. This is Triple Threat, so a first to three. Both players bring 3 characters to the match. And each character has 1 life. As soon as your team's eliminated, you're donezo. This is top 6, so Migo Hunter versus FraaOrolo in losers bracket action. So one of these players is going home after this match. Later tonight we'll have Leontes versus Dietz, and waiting in the winners bracket are Raziek and Intillerman. Will be facing off there. So some familiar faces, FraaOrolo and Dietz making very, very deep runs here. Leontes, of course, just expect him to show up late in the bracket. Migo Hunter also doing really, really well in this format. We've got some cool teams here. FraaOrolo is, of course, has Argagarg on his team. That is his main. And he's also repping Grave and Satsuki, and he has employed them to pretty devastating effect. He has tended to lead Grave in most of the matches, I believe. And I think that's a strong opener. Just generally, Grave has a really good time against almost all characters, having typically advantaged or even matchups, with some rare exception. And Satsuki, another very strong performer that has some holes. Argagarg, of course, I think deals really well with particular characters, effectively shuts down very specific characters very, very effectively. So it tends to be a character he'll hold back. And I think in most of these formats, you tend to hold back your main for as long as possible, as that's your hammer. So once things get dicey, if you're down, 0-2, you want to be playing your main for the rest of your matches, because that's probably the character you're most comfortable with against a wide variety of different opponents. Migo, on the other hand, is going to be playing Quince, Menelker, and Jaina. So Migo Hunter's Quince is legendary, forged in the fires of the tag team tournament, where he something ridiculous, like you just basically shut down a DRB Hydra, which was very, very impressive and ridiculous to see. Basically all killed them, which was incredible, and that's where all the legend comes from. His Quince is very, very exciting to watch, so I definitely hope that... I mean, we are going to see... Oh, no, sorry. I definitely hope that we see the Quince at some point. Menelker, very strong character, a character he has played for a very long time. And Jaina, I don't know about Jaina. I have not seen him play Jaina before, but clearly he's been doing some okay work, given how deep he's been going. So very excited to see what we will see coming up. Check your watch, because in about 2 minutes this matchup is going to be over. 2 70 health characters, both can deal just boatloads of damage off of a combat win. So this will probably not last long. If you are in the chat, go ahead and guess how many turns this is actually going to last. I'm going to say 12. Okay, very nice. Migo opening with a attack, duffing a first turn throw. Throw tends to be a very common opening from Satsuki players. As the strong rushdown character in the cast, she has really, really strong attack pressure, which tends to make characters that play against her nervous and try to block and dodge a little bit more often. And that, of course, means that her throws are very, very strong as a result. She has immense pressure to move her opponent to a blocking, dodging strategy, and that is beaten by throws. And she can deal just tremendous amount of damage off of throws. Unlike a lot of other characters as well, she, like other members of the Rushdown cast, can compensate for their their card-intensive combos by the fact that she has some of the best drawing and cycling ability in the game. Her innate allows her, once she's down to 0 or 1 cards, which is usually a death sentence for any other character, to immediately draw up to 5. And in this advantaged state, she's going to be able to, if she dodges, where ordinarily you could only follow up with a single card, she's going to be able to dodge into a full combo. So she has incredible pressure right now off of this turn. Okay, so we see Migo banishing an ace from the discard and also from the deck. This is really, really good for him. He's got to eliminate as much of the damage potential that Satsuki has access to, and those aces that she can tack on to the end of any combat for 17 damage against a character with 70 health like Manalker, that's just no bueno. You've got to deal with that somehow. Ooh, very nice throw from Migo here. Playing a very strong... Oh, that's excellent. This is really, really good. So, Manalka's Bonecracker, he's going to be able to look at his opponent's hand, and as a result, so do we. Pick a character and basically discard it. And also, I will keep track of how many combats we've dealt with. I believe that has been the 3rd. We had throw, and then counter throw from Migo. Okay, so gets rid of a Joker. That's very important as well. Again, Migo Hunter is going to win this game by dealing as much damage as he possibly can without getting to a point where he just doesn't have any more damage output in hand. And nothing is going to ruin that plan worse than running into a blue burst, which is going to prevent a whole bunch of damage, which is something he doesn't want to deal with. So FraaOrolo, or Migo went for a block, very safe move there because he saw his opponent's hand. There were no throws in there. Lots of attacks and dodges, no blocks either. So block was absolutely beautiful conservative play here, and he's going to continue to do that. I like the move from FraaOrolo to dodge first and then attack on the follow-up, just to see if he could potentially stuff a throw attempt. If Migo, if he thinks he's managed to convince Migo Hunter that, oh well, I'm just going to dodge until you do something about it, that would hopefully pull him towards throwing, but no such luck. Migo is going to play conservatively, go up to 9 cards. FraaOrolo is right now actually in the danger zone. He's very rapidly approaching potential lethal situations here. So FraaOrolo finds a block, so he's able to kind of signal to his opponent that, hey, you can't just block until I walk into your attacks. Okay, Death Strike Dragon on the table. So Migo threatening the fact that he can either throw for 55 damage if he finds a slower throw. So any of the throws that Satsuki has are going to be beaten by that super move. And she can't dodge or block anymore either. So the mix-up he has is to play it raw or to dodge into it. So alternatively making dodging and blocking and attacking a very difficult decision here. Ooh, nice throw from FraaOrolo. So Migo going for the more conservative, less risky play of dodging into it. As you can see, he doesn't take too much damage for his trouble, and he also only loses the dodge. Whereas if he ran his 4 aces into an attack, then he loses those 4 aces, and he's basically in a far worse position than he is right now. So the safest thing that FraaOrolo can do right now is attack. Having knocked down Migo, he's shut out the ability to dodge. So the only thing that Migo can really do with that ace is play it raw. And there's the queen coming out from FraaOrolo, playing very, very conservative, saying, if you do anything this turn except for either wake up with a queen of your own or block, then I'm going to devour you. And with Migo at 36 health, it's unlikely, given that Migo has banished 2 of FraaOrolo's aces, that he would have lethal off that queen, but he would definitely put him in a situation where, 1 turn later, 2 turns later, it would be lethal. Okay, immediate other queen from FraaOrolo. See if Migo Hunter respects this. No, just goes wild and plays it. Yeah, having already banished, or having already seen 1 Joker disappear, and with 33 cards still left in the deck, very unlikely that he would have a second Joker. Takes the gamble, and it pays off for him. So very nice. Gets rid of Satsuki. So we have Argagarg and Grave coming up next. I honestly don't know which I would prefer to play if I was in FraaOrolo's position. Okay, goes to Grave. Grave has some of the best blocks in the game. He's got more hit points. He's got stronger, quote-unquote, queens. Deal a little bit more damage. Or they deal damage a little bit more card efficiently, I should say. You can deal up to 16 with Manelker's queens. Only 10 with Graves. First turn throw, okay. 7th throw, trying to hedge against a possible 7th throw from Manelker. And or the possibility of block. Manelker has very, very strong potential to block. That is a fantastic combo. 3, 4, 5. So he's going to get his choice of a black face card from his discard or his deck. Okay. Finds a black queen. So he has his reversal, his Dragon Punch. And actually, Johnny D, unfortunately, I believe the last game actually lasted, I think it was 9. Or maybe you hit it, I'm not sure. But the guess of 10 was fairly good. I think it definitely was closer to the fact of the matter than my 12. Okay, FraaOrolo responding in kind. 4 attack into a 9 throw. See, Pat? Letting the people know. Okay, so the 4 attack, just trying to poke away throw attempts. Does not deal all that much damage. It's unlikely that he would have been able to follow... It's unlikely he would have been able to follow that up with any kind of combo that wouldn't leave him in a worse position than when he started. And against the character who can throw you and take cards out of your hand when he does, you do not want to go to 3 or 4 cards. Okay, pokes out another throw. The nice thing about this playstyle that FraaOrolo is employing is he's playing against a 70 health character, so he can afford to poke a little bit more often. The key for him is going to be to play in such a way that he's not feeding Migo Hunter cards. Okay, really good combat win for him here. Blocks a Black King, which would have been a very, very powerful card to start a combo off of. Manelker, of course, drawing every time he hits with a black face card. So he has alternate means of fueling his combos and his engine. And FraaOrolo revealing a 7 for his knowing the opponent turn. So if he plays either the block side or the throw side, and loses with it, he gets to draw a card no matter what happens, and if he wins with it, he gets to find a queen from his discard or his deck. His queen, of course, being the Shoryuken or Dragon Punch, 0 speed move, very good for knockdown defense, and just general poking against a character with 70 health. Land 7 of those, and you collect that W. So Migo Hunter has a decision he needs to make. He can either try to throw the obvious block, or he can try to poke out the throw. Yeah. So this is basically the best thing that could have happened for FraaOrolo. He gets to block, gets the queen because he revealed the 7 and won with it, gets to keep the 7, gets to draw another card, and gets to do the exact same thing again. So See immediately going up to 11 cards. Huge amount of economy gain for him. This is a situation you do not want to put yourself in as Manelker. The 2 attack coming out there was calculated to... yeah, honesty is the biggest lie sometimes. Very accurate. The 2 attack was trying to counter the obvious counter to the 7, which is, you know, I'm going to play my own 7 attack. At worst, I'm going to tie with you. Therefore, I think that you're actually not going to be honest about playing your... Grave is not going to be honest about playing his 7 either as a throw or a block. He's going to play some big attack to duff out a throw. And unfortunately, that loses to just the... Just do it. Just play the 7. Just block with it. Play that conservative card. Clash of the Queens. Fairly... no, not a good exchange for Manelker, actually. So he does, you know, he gets to draw a card off of that, and he gets to make Grave discard a card, but he's still dealing with an 11 card, or 12 card Grave now off the draw. He's got 10 cards of his own, which is okay. He does at least make FraaOrolo pay a little bit of health for that exchange, but not ideal. Definitely have preferred to block that or dodge it, rather than take it to the chin. So no power-ups from FraaOrolo yet. A lot of Grave's power, of course, coming from his aces. Oh, just do it again! Okay, same exchange. Again, this hurting Migo much more. He's on the lower life total already. 40 to 50 health. Not too bad. Depending on his card composition or hand composition, he could be doing okay here. If he's got a lot of damage in hand, he's got a lot of black face cards. If he can land a combat win with a throw or an attack, it's going to be very, very good for him. Okay. So, Migo attempting to banish a card from FraaOrolo's discard. Very likely, I think, that it would have been either a 7 or a queen. The nice thing that does is that it at least takes a little bit of the power out of... Nice! Punishes that 6 with a queen. Unfortunately, not a strong combat starter, but he is still going to get 16 damage off it. He gets the life lead, boys. The 1 HP psychological life lead. And he still maintains a fairly good... Oh boy, that's kind of an ugly hand to deal with. Now, he does have the Joker. Joker is really the thing that makes that hand scary. He's got basically no damage potential. If he needs to find it, if he wants to find it, he's going to have to power up 3s and 7s, which are his dominant throw, his 7. Yeah. QQQQ, DP, DP, TBT. Oh no, gets caught. Good 7 from FraaOrolo. He basically had basically no risk for playing that 7. The only thing that would have been dicey there is running the 7 into a gold burst and refueling Migo's damage potential here, but he can now play cards in a way that he knows that he's not in lethal range. Whereas Migo definitely has to consider lethal calculations in all of his gameplay. Okay, that is actually... These are good exchanges right now for Migo. Playing the 10s to remove a block and a bad throw, as well as another face card, especially the king, being 7 or potentially 14 damage at a time. Nice dodge. Okay, this is going to be dodge into 7. See what Grave is dealing with. Ooh! Okay, yeah, you're going to see the ace disappear. If he wants to see that back, he's going to have to power up the 5s. Now, Migo is in a position where he can fairly safely block. We're not going to see him do that. The only thing is, if he does get thrown, it will be for lethal, unless he has... well, he has the blue burst, so... He has potentially... It's still very, very scary. At that point, he's going to be sitting in neutral with, again, not that great cards. He'll have a 7 throw in hand, which is nice. Still got one back there somewhere. Okay, yeah. Plays the Black Queen just because he didn't want to deal with potential Wake Up Throw or Wake Up Ace mix-up. Oh, rude. Rude knowing the opponent turn here. Migo is very much pressured into blocking, which, as we discussed, is a very scary proposition. The other thing he has to do is he either needs to undercut that 2 with an attack, notably an attack that doesn't lose to, like, King Ace for 19 damage. FraaOrolo has played 2 kings. Migo is on fairly low cards in hand. We know of the 5 cards, including this one, he's got a Gold Burst, which he's going to keep, or he's got a Joker, which he's going to keep for Blue Burst to extend his life total. And the 7 throw. Oh, that is a hugely good combat win. Wow. Very nice. He's going to be able to get rid of that ace and leave FraaOrolo in a very difficult spot. Very, very nice. So he has pressure here. He doesn't need to follow this up. Okay, he does. Chooses to. Piles the damage on. Okay, gets rid of the 6, leaving himself... Okay, so he's still got the 10 in hand. So Graves' hand 3, 5, 5, 10, and a mystery card. Tense stuff. The nice thing for Migo now is he's in the same position that, or FraaOrolo's in this. He's in the same position FraaOrolo was just a second ago, where he doesn't have to be terrified of lethal damage off of this turn. Oh, finds another 7, and this is almost certainly going to be lethal. Yeah. He knows, because Manelker can peek at your hand, he knows there's no Gold Burst waiting here. And he leads into the ace for the lethal. Very nicely played. Migo goes up 2-0 against FraaOrolo. And only Argagarg is left. Nice throw. Whew. Just to answer chat's question, is there a turn counter in Yomi? There is not, so we'd have to... Gotta write it down. Gotta keep track of it some other way. Alright. Everyone chant. Yeah. Me God Hunter, assuming his final form here, it seems like. Okay, so this is another... I think this would be... difficult. It's difficult to say what this matchup is like. Again, Manelker has really effective tools to be able to deal with hand denial. The nice thing for Argagarg is he has 4 counters. They're a little cheaper on his hand than Graves' counters are. Ooh, okay. So 3 poke, just protecting himself against potential first turn 7 throw. Thumbs up, JPEG. Right back at you, buddy. Oh, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Gets the bubble shield off. So he's got good advantage time here. He's going to deal 4 damage at the end of every turn. Again, to a 70 health character. Quite difficult. Quite difficult to deal with. You want to get rid of that as soon as possible. So what Migo needs to do is he needs to find a way to win combat with a dodge, throw, or an attack. That combat is not going to deal damage, so it lets FraaOrolo be a little bit more potentially aggressive, but he can also do the opposite, which is go hella conservative, and we see that first block there. Basically, he can sit behind his block, and Manelker has to spend a risky throw, right? Throw being the most risky combat option to play. It is the one that leaves you open to attacks, and attacks are the ones that deal people's highest damage combos always start off of attacks. So very risky business that he's got to deal with here. Okay, yeah. So FraaOrolo playing the conservative play. He's going to get thrown here for no damage. He's going to get knocked down, which is going to put his innate away for a little while. But this is exactly the reason that blocking there is so effective. As Argagarg in this matchup, if you can get a high hand, you can pick up just all of your aces, right? Turn your pairs, your 3-of-a-kinds, your 4-of-a-kinds, just into aces. And in this situation, it makes it very difficult for Migo to throw, and it makes it very difficult for him to attack. You can block, protect yourself, set up that exact same very effective, very advantageous situation for yourself. Ooh, nice queen. Yeah, playing to protect himself against potential cross-ups on that knockdown. Did not want to play the will my opponent 3-attack or 2-attack mind game. So wakes up with his rather slow reversal on his queen. Deals a good amount of damage. Again, 11 damage if you include his innate ability. Against a 70 health character, he's just got to be right a few more times, and it's going to be lights out for Manelker. Okay, just cue it. Motto of the modern Yomi community. Look, I think it might be Eric F on the forums has in his signature. You get no credit for cards left in hand at the end of the game. So basically, don't hold on to your good cards. Play them. They're your good cards for a reason. So put them out there. Put them into your opponent's face and put them in the ground. So really nice life lead here. 40 damage up. Okay, dodge here. Probably going to be dodging into a 7th throw. Oh, no. Okay, the big damage jack. So plays a little bit of hand denial. And a lot of damage. Very nice. I don't think I've ever seen a fully pumped jack before. But look at that dodge punish. Good lord. Manelker, why are you so awesome? Okay, so evens things up. And hilariously remains at 10 cards in hand after that exchange. Just absolutely brutal. So he's still got potentially a ton of damage banked. He's got a king or 2 in hand. Then he has upwards of 40 damage, potentially. Yes, The Rock, this will be uploaded to YouTube, so you can rest easy. You can head home. Head to bed. Ooh, the Black King. He thought he smelled blood, but it was a bait. So FraaOrolo gets that attached ace. And the mind game is back on, so I'm going to deal you 4 damage a turn, Manelker, until you are correct. Argagarg again, so FraaOrolo again still has the option of playing very, very conservatively. But he's already indicated that he will do that in the first few turns of the game. So, does he mix it up by playing like a 6-attack or something? Potentially hugely punish a throw attempt? Ooh, no, goes on the aggressive. Very nice. Does he have kings in hand? Nope. Okay, just goes for the knockdown. He's got a potentially very ugly setup here. If he's got aces in hand, if he's got multiple aces in hand, he's got a cross-up attempt he can go for, which is not going to be punishable by very much. Or he can just play those 0.2 speed aces for 16 damage, and if Migo Hunter doesn't wake up with a queen, or block, or gold burst, he's going to be in for a very, very difficult time. Gets the cross up, though. Oof. This fish. Now, does he lead into ace-ace? Okay, baits the joker. Very, very nice. Deals 7 damage off of that 3 attack. Gross. Okay, primes. He's got at least 1 ace in hand. If he's got double ace, basically any hit confirm is going to result in lethal here. You can also dodge to be incredibly conservative. Okay, just chooses to block. Putting a few more cards in hand. I think it's unlikely then. Yeah, what to say. So the power-up pretty much indicates that he didn't have 2 aces in hand. No reason to do that if you've already got the nuts. Okay, so now he's putting Migo in the bone zone. If he connects with ace-ace, it is over. 16 plus 4 damage from Hex, 20 damage lethal. Manelker does not have the same, even if Bubble Shield were not an active consideration right now, 54 damage is outside of Manelker's total lethal ability. Oh! Gets thrown again for his trouble, and if FraaOrolo has kings here, it is basically over. You can put him in a... Okay. Yeah, chooses not to follow up, does not want to run into any jokers he doesn't have to. Is this the power of fish? Yeah, FraaOrolo, for my money, is the strongest pound for pound Argagarg player online, and therefore the claim I'm making is he's the best Argagarg player in the world. So I'm not surprised by how well he's doing right now, but really, really nice to see him work. Gold bursts. Oh. Does not want to make any decisions here, and does not want to lose Hex. So long as he is not knocked down this turn, it is curtains for Migo Hunter. Okay, banishes, so he's got the counters. Banishes the 10. Very difficult situation here for Manelker. He's basically got to find a way to... he's got to pop the Bubble Shield this turn, to be able to get dealt 2 damage, and then he's got to knock down or deal lethal for every other combat. Okay, very nice, very nice, very conservative as well. So he's done step 1. He has successfully popped Bubble Shield, so he's only going to take 2 damage this turn. FraaOrolo immediately powering up. Or at least a single ace. It's not inconceivable he has the second one. Okay, yeah, so now it is very conceivable that he has the second one. And Migo Hunter has a very thorny choice. He can try to throw... Ooh, okay. Okay. Things are getting a little bit more interesting. If FraaOrolo has the Joker... I expect to see ace-ace backed up by Gold Burst here. And if we do see that, I really hope that Migo has the wherewithal to know he's got to throw him. He's got to normal throw him, rather than play into the Joker. Plays it raw. Not a bad idea. No thank you. Oh, no dodges. Good stuff. And just like that, as the fish crawled out of the sea and onto land, so does FraaOrolo crawl back into this match. So beautiful play there. Turns out he was in lethal range all along. No dodges in hand, though, make that a very tricky situation. That was hot, though. Good play from both sides. Oh no. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so Migo Hunter gets to pick which character he'd like to play. He has the option of Jaina or Quince. Tough decision. Tough decision. I have no idea. Like, I'm not a specialist in either of those characters, and it's not a matchup I see often enough. The only Argagarg versus Jaina that I have seen in recent memory has been Crandio versus... I believe it was Animus in International Yomi League Season 3 playoffs, where he did very, very well. I think strategy, based on what I've seen and what I can intuitive, it's kind of the grappler strategy. Block a lot as Jaina. And the reason I'm talking through Jaina versus Argagarg rather than Quince versus Argagarg is I suspect it's the less advantaged matchup of the two. And it is not a... I don't think it's a main that he's as confident in as his Quince, probably. That's just those are the decisions that I'm walking through. So I expect him to play Jaina. See if he can get the win with Jaina. If he does, then he doesn't need to deal with Quince. If he doesn't, he's got Quince to bring out. You know. So either way, you're doing okay. But yeah, the way I think that matchup basically works is if you can block a lot, if you can get away with blocking a lot as Jaina, and build up a horrifying hand with throw pressure, then you can basically mix up with, you know, try to undercut any attacks. It's kind of difficult because Argagarg has his Jack and his Queen at 2.2 and 2.4 speed, or 2.4 and 2.2 respectively, I should say. Which really undercuts basically all of your good starting attacks, all your starters. Deals with jacks, deals with both sides of the jack, including the very slow side. Deals with kings, which are 2.4, so the queens beat them straight, and the king or the jacks tie with them. It's not a trade you really want to make. 7 health versus 6 for Jaina King. Crandio will correct me in a second in chat, I'm sure. Yeah, so see Jaina, as expected. So we'll see how this plays out. So it's not like Argagarg doesn't have pokes. He also has his 2 attack is 2.4 speed. So it's not going to trade very nicely against King because it only deals 2 damage. But it is going to prevent... What you're doing is basically, I would rather take 6 damage from a King than, you know, King plus 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 into whatever. Very nice. Nice block. And based on that, I hope that he plays the kind of strategy that I am thinking he probably should. And then it's about Argagarg finding counterplay. So throwing more often to deny the building of the hand, blocking when he's able to. Ooh, okay. It's actually saying that this is Arg favored, yeah. Yeah, I think that hinges a lot on the jacks and queens. They're very, very good counter pokes in the early game, and in the late game, if you can get Bubble Shield up, and based on the way Jaina plays, it's very likely that you're going to be able to, because so much of her damage potential comes off of those attacks. Big combo there, too. Very nice start. Yeah, Crandio in chat saying Jaina has to keep ahead of Argagarg in damage, and yeah, definitely you can be put into a situation where, because Jaina's innate allows her to buy back attacks if she played an attack as the combat reveal, she can be put into a situation where, because of the hex, because of the buyback that she's paying life for, she's just in a situation where she has to deal much more damage than Argagarg is ever going to take off of fewer combats than she has to live. So, tricky. Good block, good block. So she's got to play the counter hit game here. Spend some more time dodging, maybe dodging into throws so you can try to get cross up, or dodging into throw just to get the damage and knockdown. Dodging into aces for the damage, all that sort of stuff. You gotta find the damage where you can. Yeah, apologies to all of the Jaina players and ARG players that may be watching in the audience. This is not an expert cast. Okay, undercuts with the 2, very, very nice. May be able to pile on some damage here. The face down is it's going to make things difficult. Not sure if we're dealing with connection issues here. Okay, no. Follows up the combo. Yeah, do it. Get aces. Disregard damage, acquire aces. So he can probably afford not to get the jack back. He's probably only going to pull the cards back that he doesn't already have in hand. So fairly good indicator here that he's got a 3 and a 4 held back. On the other hand, he might just be buying back the 2 and the 5 because you're even in your odd cross-up. Comment of the day in chat. Jetstream Artorias, I've yet to see anyone openly admit to playing ARG. Yeah. Not the most popular of characters. Oh, very nice. And there's that damage that we need as Jaina players. That 37 to the face, setting him up very, very nicely. So he's got a slight life lead here. Unfortunately, he is not able to buy those aces back, as he did dodge into them. So his damage potential is going to be slightly curbed at this point. Ooh. Okay. Finds a queen with his face. Not how you want to go bumping around. Not the combat win, or not the combat resolution he was looking for there. Puts himself back on the back foot. Still got 7 cards in hand. That was probably going to be a setup for a cross-up attempt. We have 2 queens and a jack in discard. Ooh! Ooh, no. Okay, just dealing the 6. 8 damage with Hex. Gets the knockdown as well. He's got good pressure here. A jack or queen or 2 is very, very nicely positioned here. So even block is fairly good from Migo. The thing he has to worry about is not to wake up with an attack and run into bubble shield. Oh no. The commentator's curse. Alright, deals some chip, but unfortunately is now in a position where you've got to think about every time you're buying back. Every time you're buying back, you're dealing yourself 7 damage. At a minimum. Just like that, we could see this this lead slip away. Let's see, how many throws? Okay, he's got a healthy amount of throws in hand, not enough that he wouldn't be able to imply that he's still got some. There were a lot more black in that discard. I would be probably very likely to see a block here. Okay, we see it anyway. Again, putting him in this difficult situation where he's got to think. Got to think very carefully about what he's buying back. Pays, pays 8 for that queen. Okay, aces on deck for FraaOrolo. Getting close to the to lethal range. .40 health to 20. This is the situation where ARG is very, very comfortable. He's sitting on that life lead. He's got bubble shield up. So he can afford, again, to play incredibly, incredibly conservative, or he can play very, very aggressive. And either way, he's not going to... Like, his payoff matrix is basically... It's all benefit. The worst you can do is lose Bubble Shield and a card. Uh-oh. Dealing with some web player issues. Can he fight through the lag? Argagarg throwing the lag switch. It's going to reduce the ability for Migo Hunter to plink and to hit those one-frame links that are so important in this game, of course. Okay, dodge, dodge. Possible that was not an intentional dodge. No, okay, it looks like... so if the timer runs out, basically your leftmost card gets played. So sometimes you can see cards like that come out and it's just accidental. It's not intentionally pushing that button, but you have run out of time and the decision has been taken out of your hands, but we don't see the timer icon in the top right screen here, so he did play that dodge intentionally. Yeah, unlikely to see any checkmate busters in this game, unfortunately. So the hype quotient can only go up to 5. Very nice. Sinks the throw, and very, very nice throw as well. He's going to get some free damage off of this as well because of the Smoldering Embers cards in his discard. So every time FraaOrolo is going to press the dodge button in this match, he's going to take 2 damage for every 10 card that Migo Hunter has in his discard. He does pop Bubble Shield, and he doesn't even take the 2 damage off of his innate because he is knocked down. So here we have a very strong setup. He does have to contend with Wake Up Aces, either as blocks or attacks. So he can play the more conservative range of dodging and continuously dodge into throws. He basically moves Argagarg into the late game in a very conservative manner. But that is going to lose the throw, and FraaOrolo doesn't need much off of a throw to close this out. Yeah, fish and chip damage here. Oh! Uh-oh. This is where it could turn all around. Okay, very high likelihood that that is going to be a Joker. But you basically can't afford not to play into this. Yeah. So, the nice thing is, he gets an ace out of this at least. If he's able to get a power-up, he can possibly threaten lethal. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so he doesn't have the cards to power up with. He's still on a throw, dodge into throw range here. His single ace will lose to both sides of FraaOrolo's aces. So Migo still in lethal range, FraaOrolo less so. Yeah, wakes up ace-ace. Or I should say, just plays ace-ace in neutral. Closes it out. Tie game. Anybody's match. And we're going to see the quants. The quants come out. And I finally get to see this this matchup. Tie game. FraaOrolo fighting his way back into this match. Oh yeah, Jetstream. A Yomi MLG montage? No, I think the closest thing is probably the introductory video to my stream, which is What is a Yomi, if you want to check that out. It's a very informative, level-headed, calm, incisive explanation of the various payoff matrices, set, of course, to the John Cena theme in air horns. Yeah, basically a collection of me losing my mind in Yomi casts. Which I think explains what you actually want out of Yomi, which is to get fucking nuts. Alright, game 5. Here we go. Can Migo find the W? Or will this fishy monster shut him out and advance into a round of 4? Yes, chat accurately assessing the state of the commentary. Hashtag shameless promotion. Check me out at Twitter. Alright, here we go. That hype hello citizens indicates that it is business time. So for those of you who are less familiar with Yomi, Quince, one of the most ridiculous of the characters in the cast. He's got the highest level of mind games achievable by any member of the cast. Okay, we got RP. Hype it up for RP. Block, block. Get hype for block, block. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Artorius. 720 no dodge checkmate buster montage. Okay, I might have to look into that. For $9.99 on the International Yomi League Network. Hearts. Hearts to the Yomi community. Alright, block block on the first turn. Quint's a very card-hungry character, so that's going to end up nicely for him. He's another character that kind of relies on counter hits, or he basically relies on you disrespecting all of his options, which are all usually pretty bad. He's got 0.83 speed throws, so his throws are going to be pretty, you know, on the lower end of value in the cast. His attacks are also 0.8 speed, so they're not going to win ties or anything. But once he gets you going, he's one of those vortex characters that can just sit on you. And his ability is basically that he can show you a face card, and if he plays it the next combat, he can spin it. Yeah, discussing the unlosable combat in chat. And basically, he can set up a really weighted 50-50 where you either play something that is going to beat him if he's being honest and plays the card either side of the card that he reveals, or you play something, or Quince actually shows you something that beats the only thing that can beat it. So, you know, he's got a dodge throw mix-up, shows you that, and then he hits you with a 5 attack, or a queen for 12 damage and stuff like that. Pretty rough. Okay, some unfortunate technical difficulties here. Johnny D incorrectly assessing that Joker Joker is the unlosable Patriot Mirror turn. That is not the case. It is Throw Joker. You cannot beat both sides of that. Oh yeah. The hypest mix-up is, of course, even attack, odd attack. That's the sexy. That's what we want to see. Joker Joker unlosable in the same way that picking Dan is unlosable. Accurate. Fundamentally accurate assessment of the thing. If you win with Dan, you just won with Dan. That's hype, though. Winning with Dan? Come on. Yeah. Okay, I see you, Jetstream. Okay. Back in this. Quince, bit of dirt on Quince's shoes here, to the tune of 19 damage. Not over till it's over, though. Ooh, the fish throws, though. Probably just going to knock down here, yeah. So not a huge amount of damage. A huge amount of payoff of that combat win. However, you know, 8 damage throw. Okay, is going to tax. Attacks, yeah. Applying cross-up defense. If he guesses correctly, so if FraaOrolo plays an attack into this, and Migo Hunter happens to block correctly as well, he's set up for a really, really dirty hand build here. No, okay, protects himself with Jack. Unfortunately, it is too slow to beat Argagarg 2. And that is a nasty, nasty situation. He does, however, at least get 2 cards for his troubles. I love the way my chat is going right now. Talking about sweet Dan strats in SF4. Okay, wake up 6. Oh, sorry, no, he was already stood up. Keep saying wake up 6. It's because Quince is basically asleep constantly. He's so slow. You would be fooled into thinking he was taking a nap. No. 6, trying to find a greedy throw. FraaOrolo is sitting on a nice life lead here. Up 35. Or sorry, 25 and change. Alright, Migo finds the throw. Can potentially cash this out. Is far more likely to... Ooh, okay, does cash it out. Goes for the big damage, needs to catch up. Very likely that he has 2 in hand if he's throwing that much stuff into the discard. No, okay. Oh, okay, no, sorry. 2 is a draw turn ability. So powers up for an ace. Just having a look, and wow. 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 9s in the discard, running fairly low on throws now. Does show him... Showed him. Okay, revealed King of Spades. So the counterplay is to throw with a 7 or 8 from FraaOrolo. Queen's counterplay is to play a beefy-ass queen and deal 1,000,000 damage to you. Okay, just finds the 9 damage. Is able to continue his positive spin. Shows him another king. Playing the block to the Yomi level 2 of, I think you're going to throw to beat my king, therefore I'm going to attack, therefore FraaOrolo is pushed to block. Oh, okay, okay. That's actually not too bad. He doesn't lose the king. And the 8 would have beaten the king anyway. So if you're going to lose that combat, that's not a bad way to lose it. Okay, chat saying the reason he's slow is because he's got that thing below his shoe. Yeah, basically, oh god, the odd mix, the odd cross-ups from FraaOrolo, brutal. The damage, god, 17 damage hype, putting Migo at 30. FraaOrolo sitting pretty at 52, and sitting on a quince with 6 cards in hand. Oh no. Okay, we might have lost the stream, unfortunately. Ooh, Patriot Mirror turn. But, so he's going to get Patriot Mirror off. But at what cost? Bubble Shield does go up. This is going to be difficult. Very difficult for him to deal with. And yeah, apologies to everyone who's watching the stream. If it does go down, I'm going to continue commentating. The rest of the match will be up on YouTube, so I'm going to leave off discussing the rest of the stream. issues and just continue commentating the match so that at least on YouTube everything will be fine. Ooh. The protective 8 throw. Kind of losses on losses here for Migo. Yeah, has to put it down just to prevent any possible damage, fortunately. Yeah, he has not spent all that many 7s and 8s yet. That is only the second 8 and the first 7. Migo is rapidly losing throws with which to get back into this. Tough spot, tough spot. See if he can find his way out of this. He needs to break through Bubble Shield first, and then be right an awful lot of times. Okay, good block. Basically the best thing he could have done there. Nothing he's going to be willing to play in that situation is going to beat Queen. But unfortunately... Ooh, real dicey. Okay, Flagstone tax. This might give him the fuel he needs to get back into this game. Going to tax a tax. Dodge, dodge. That is going to take him to exactly 50% of his hit points as of last turn. Very difficult situation. He needs to either knock down or break Bubble Shield this turn, or it is over. And then he's got to find a way to deal 50 damage to Argagarg. It's going to be tricky. Wake up Queen throw. Oh, it clashes, and that is it. Good games from FraaOrolo. Nicely done. Claws his way back from 0-2 to take it 3-2. Beautifully played. And great games to Migo Hunter. Hats off. Incredibly strong start. Just sometimes you fall to the power of fish, and that's all you can do. So that's going to be it for us today. Thank you everybody for watching. Apologize to everybody who was following the stream before it died. Yeah, as always, if you're interested in watching some more Yomi, check out the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter and see my ramblings, all the links will be below. If you want to participate in the game, as I mentioned earlier in my videos, International Yomi League Season 4 is starting up. Sign-ups will be active until February 23rd. At which point the contest will be will start. So if you want to get into Yomi Online, there's that. There's also a mentor tournament for newer players who may be uncomfortable leaping into the possible grinder of the Open International Yomi League. So check that out on the forums. The links to all of that will be below. And yeah. Enjoy some Yomi, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.